Anyways, folks, happiness and hope. And I just want to say really quick how the two go hand in hand. Happiness and hope. Think about it. Okay, who knows yourself better than you other than you? In a way, you're like a scientist studying your own body, your own reactions, your own emotions, whatever. And one thing about me, studying me, is I realized the happiest times in my life aren't so much built around when I have stuff or, whatever. But the common denominator is when I have hope. It's when I'm striving for something better. It's when I'm putting in the effort to create change, which will hopefully yield me a better future. And I'm realizing that's when I've been the happiest. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us are never going to get to that mountaintop. I hate to say it, but a lot of us, we're not going to be Bill Gates. We're not going to be Elon Musk and have billions. We're not going to, we're not going to be Martha Stewart and start an online store and somehow it gravitates towards people and everybody wants to buy your products. And we're not going to be Oprah Winfrey. We're not going to be Denzel Washington, Tom Cruise. We're not going to, be Steve Jobs from Microsoft and found a great software company. Let's face it. It's just most of us aren't going to ever achieve that level of success. But it doesn't mean we can't be happy. And what I'm learning about myself is that the happiest times in my life are when I have the most hope, when I'm striving for something, when I'm not focused on the now. Kind of like when, remember like when you were in college or you had your siblings were in college, your older brother and sister. They'd be like, hey, come visit us in college. And they're happy as heck because, number one, they're free. They're out of the house. Number two, they're striving for something. Even though you're like, as a kid, you're like, man, you're happier living in this cramped up apartment than you were at home. And it's like, hell yeah. Because they were free. I remember my own older brothers and sisters. They'd invite us to go to Poland, whatever, and they'd be living in these small apartments. But they was happy as all could be. Because they had hope. It wasn't the moment, but rather it was the effort. It was the belief that the effort I'm putting in now will yield a better future. And I think that's what it comes down to. I think a lot of times as we get older, whatever, our happiness is kind of dampened because we get mired down in the now. We get mired down in our current situation, our environment. And sometimes I think we feel like it's cemented in. It's like we're stuck. It's like, okay, no matter what I do, my efforts don't matter. Fate is against me, whatever. But what I'm saying is I notice the happiest times in my life when I'm happiest, again, it's when I'm putting in the effort. It's when I have a belief that what I'm doing now is going to yield something better. And it don't too much matter to my body whether I ever get to that better or not, but it's the effort. It's the effort that I'm putting in at the moment. It's that belief that, yeah, I'm living in a cramped up, symbolically, I'm living in that cramped in, apartment, and there's no food and da-dee-dee, but it's temporary because I know my effort and my dreams and my ambitions are going to pay off one day. And I think that's what our bodies, our spirits, I think that's what elevates us. And I have to remind myself of that because we all, we have those times. Excuse me, the mic slip, but because we all, let's face it, we go through those times in our lives, those times per year. And don't lie and say you don't. This is not no time to, we all go through those moments where sometimes we feel discouraged for whatever reasons. And so I'm just like, when I feel discouraged, it's usually when I start losing hope and when I start focusing too much on the now. And I'm not saying that the now is always bad because a lot of people, the now is wonderful. Sometimes, you spend your whole life trying to get to the now. So it's not that, you got to put what I'm saying into perspective. Okay, yeah, let's say you finally achieved your dreams and everything has come together. Then enjoy that now. But you also notice that a lot of people, what do they always say? They finally win the lottery and they're living in a mansion. 3 weeks later, they're like, I'm bored. They're like, I got all this money, I'm bored. And because again, they're not striving for anything. So whether you're, penniless or whether you have $1 million sitting in your account, this factor still applies. You have to always be striving for something in order to be happy. Because when you strive for something, you're always giving yourself hope that your efforts today will yield a better tomorrow. Anyways, folks, that's all. This is the second time I did this. The first time there was a car outside, of course, this engine was running all over my recording. So, and with that, folks, have a happy new year, and I'll be back again soon. Now go get your shine box.